With so many people clamoring to get their hands on gold and other precious metals these days, it's hard to imagine anyone passing up an opportunity to find some. But that's exactly what this man did when he stumbled across something in the dirt. Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. Everyone who loves treasure hunting knows the feeling of unearthing a valuable artifact. Just the thought of finding a lost coin or even jewelry can make many people start digging in their backyard. But sometimes there are things found that are more valuable than gold and also deadlier. Today, we will look at a few such instances and what experts say about them, from creepy clown dolls to dangerous viruses. When we talk about the value of something, we're talking about how much it costs or how much it weighs. Something could be priceless because of its sentimental value, but not much use because it can't be traded for anything else. On the other hand, something could be worth millions because of how rare it is and could be traded for quite a lot. Sometimes people find things that end up being both priceless and deadly. These could be in the form of ancient artifacts or fossils that turn out to be from a deadly virus. Today, we will look at a few of these. Before we begin, subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates on our new videos. The old doll. Dolls may seem like innocent toys, but many cultures around the world have beliefs surrounding them. Many believe that dolls harbor spirits of one kind or another, which is why they should be treated with reverence. One such country is Japan. The Japanese culture has a strong belief that dolls carry souls. They even have a day dedicated to burning unwanted dolls where people pray over the dolls before setting them on fire. One might think that these beliefs are rather superstitious, but the same cannot be said about what this Japanese boy found in his attic. In 2014, a boy was going through his late grandfather's belongings when he came across a dusty wooden box. The box contained several old Japanese dolls that were covered with dirt and cobwebs. Although the dolls looked eerie and creepy, the boy handed them over to his father, who was a big fan of antiques. Little did he know that those dolls would become a part of history. When the father cleaned the dolls, he noticed that each had a different kanji character written on their stomach. They appeared to be from the Edo period, which lasted from 1603 to 1867. He took them to an expert to authenticate them. After careful analysis, it turned out that the characters on the dolls were of legendary figures from Japanese folklore. The dolls were reportedly worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the craziest part was yet to come. According to Japanese mythology, these dolls were not just simple toys, but portals to the underworld. It was believed that these dolls were used to transfer the soul of a person into the body of a doll. If the doll was thrown away or treated disrespectfully, the soul would be transferred back and forth between the doll and the owner. This is why the dolls were considered cursed. The boy's grandfather must have gotten the dolls from someone who wanted to be rid of a soul that was causing him misery. Whoever it was, it seems to have worked since he kept the dolls for so long. Nazi relic. Rumors have been circulating online recently about a Nazi relic that was found in a barn by a farmer. According to the rumors, the relic was a golden box that contained the remains of Adolf Hitler. The rumors gained traction when pictures of the box surfaced online. The box was engraved with the Nazi symbol and had a lock on it that did unopen until it was exposed to UV light. However, despite the mysterious nature of the box, experts remain skeptical about the authenticity of the rumors. One of the main reasons for skepticism is the lack of concrete evidence. There is no reliable source or documentation that supports the claim that the box contains Hitler's remains. Moreover, if the box truly contained Hitler's remains, it would have been a major historical discovery. Yet it was only circulated online without any official recognition or verification. Another reason for skepticism is the fact that Hitler's remains were supposedly destroyed after his death. According to historical accounts, Hitler's body was burned and his ashes were scattered near his underground bunker in Berlin. This makes it highly unlikely that his remains would be found intact in a Nazi relic. Additionally, the discovery of such a relic would have likely been accompanied by other historical artifacts, or documents that could provide further evidence and context. But so far, nothing of the sort has been found. Despite the skepticism, the rumors persist and conspiracy theories abound. Some people believe that the box does contain Hitler's remains, and that the authorities are trying to cover up the discovery. Others believe that the box is a hoax and that the rumors are being spread to deceive people. It is important to note that while it is possible that Hitler's remains have not been found, it is also possible that they have and are simply lost to history. The chaos and destruction that followed World War II made it difficult to keep track of many important historical artifacts, including human remains. It is therefore conceivable that Hitler's remains could be lost somewhere. But the chances of finding them in a Nazi relic in a barn are slim to none. Ancient scroll. For all of us living today, reading is an essential skill. Most of us learn to read during our childhood years and take it for granted once we've mastered it. Imagine a time when books were scarce and most people couldn't read. That would be a time when someone who knew how to read would be a very valuable asset to society. In ancient times, people would pass down knowledge through ancient scrolls. Scrolls are simply sheets of material such as papyrus or parchment that are written on and rolled up when not in use. This was the primary method of preserving knowledge for thousands of years. And some of the oldest pieces of writing ever discovered were on scrolls. In 1974, archaeologists were excavating an area near the Dead Sea when they uncovered a cave filled with ancient scrolls. The scrolls were extremely fragile and brittle, but the team carefully extracted them from the cave. As it turned out, they had just discovered the oldest library in the world. Since then, thousands of scrolls have been removed from the cave, but there are still hundreds of thousands more left inside. These scrolls are known as the Dead Sea Scrolls and are currently being studied by experts. So far, they have revealed a lot about ancient Jewish culture. What's more, researchers are able to determine the age of these scrolls, which puts them at over 2,000 years old. That means that these scrolls were created at the same time as Jesus Christ and his disciples. Some of the scrolls are even older than the oldest part of the Bible currently available to the public. Although these scrolls are valuable beyond measure, they could also prove to be deadly. Researchers have found that the scrolls have traces of a fungus that could be dangerous to humans. The fungus was only found on scrolls that were buried underground and not those stored in caves. Scientists have named the fungus Penicillium halitolerans. It was found on a scroll that was dated from between 250 BC and 100 AD, although it doesn't seem like the fungus is active anymore. Scientists say that it could be deadly if activated. We may be centuries away from the time of the Dead Sea Scrolls. But who's to say that a dormant virus won't activate and spread? The next time you go digging for treasure, make sure to watch out for deadly viruses and creepy dolls. And don't forget to stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for watching. See you soon.